On April 25, 2008, the Washington, D.C. Baha'i community partnered with the Howard University School of Divinity to commemorate Abdu'l-Baha's 1912 visit to that renowned institution. The event attracted an audience from a variety of faith and ethnic backgrounds for an equally diverse program that celebrated Abdu'l-Baha's message of unity amongst all the peoples of the world.
You know, Howard University is one of the foremost institutions of learning in the United States. The School of Divinity, where we are this evening, is one of the places training leaders for the African American community and for the faith community in the United States. And we wanted an opportunity to build on tradition and have the School of Divinity work together with the Baha'i community to commemorate the event.
Consider the flowers of the garden, though differing in kind, color, form, and shape, yet inasmuch as they are refreshed by the waters of one spring, revived by the breath of one wind, invigorated by the rays of one sun, this diversity increaseth their charm and addeth unto their beauty.
Abdu'l-Baha was the oldest son of Baha'u'llah, the prophet founder of the Baha'i faith, and was appointed by his father to be an exemplar and elucidator of the teachings of this all-embracing world religion. For nearly his entire life, Abdu'l-Baha was an exile from his native Persia and a prisoner of the Ottoman Empire. Shortly after he was freed by the Young Turks Revolution in 1908, at the age of 64, the Master, as he was called, wasted little time bringing the message of his father Baha'u'llah to the Western world. In 1911, Abdu'l-Baha embarked from what is now Israel and traveled to Europe and North America to meet with leaders of thought and common people alike, sharing with everyone the progressive teachings of the Baha'i faith. During his travels, Abdu'l-Baha spoke to thousands of people about the oneness of religion, the equality of women and men, and the need to reject every form of prejudice. He gave talks at churches, synagogues, private homes, and universities. One of the most notable of these appearances was on April 23, 1912, at Howard University.
Abdu'l-Baha made his visit to Howard University in 1912, and when he came to the United States, he was very impressed and pleased with kind of the youthful vibrancy of America as a nation. But one thing he saw that disturbed him greatly was the lack of unity between the black and the white races.
In 1912, people of African descent were just recently just out of slavery. There was lots of segregation. Racial prejudices were on the rise. We were fighting for our rights as human beings. And so for an individual to come at a time when it was unpopular to talk about the necessity for racial unity, it had to be something that was very moving. And as the history books have told us, there were over 1,000 students, faculty, and members of the Baha'i community gathered here at Howard University.
Each year in April, the Howard University Baha'i Students Association commemorates Abdu'l-Baha's visit with a gathering that furthers the theme of his original address. This year, the event featured a special performance by the world-famous Howard Gospel Choir. Other performances by members of the DC Baha'i community, as well as students at Howard University, brought the audience to their feet with the uplifting message of unity and togetherness.
Thinking about what Abdu'l-Baha said during his speech, one of the things I always think about is how happy he was to see the different races of people brought together in one meeting hall. And I think obviously looking out into tonight's audience and seeing that, I know that Abdu'l-Baha looking down on us will be very happy to see all of us here gathered together.
And when the road grows dark and my candle
turn to my God, and I call his name. Baha'u'llah, the father of Abdu'l-Baha, as well as the prophet founder of the Baha'i faith, talked emphatically about the importance of unity and diversity. He also compared the dark-skinned peoples of the world to the pupil of the eye, which is the source of light. And Abdu'l-Baha came to elucidate or to explain those things that Baha'u'llah had said. Because in the West, there was not quite a full understanding or quite a full obedience to the principle of the oneness of humanity.
In the years since Abdu'l-Baha's visit to the Howard campus, the Baha'i community has maintained a strong relationship with the university. In 1921, the DC Baha'is organized the country's first race amity conference at Abdu'l-Baha's suggestion. Howard played a key role in that conference. Two prominent Howard professors, who were also Baha'is, served on the Race Amity Committee. These were Coralie Franklin Cook, a tireless activist for women's suffrage and the rights of people of color, and Dr. Alan Locke, a renowned writer and the first African-American Rhodes Scholar. Today, the bond of cooperation between Howard University and the Baha'i community continues to strengthen. The annual commemoration of Abdu'l-Baha's visit provides an opportunity to reflect on the accomplishments of this legacy and strive for even greater justice and unity in the future.
I am very happy to see you and thank God that this meeting is composed of people of both races and that both are gathered in perfect love and harmony. I hope this becomes the example of universal harmony and love until no title remains except that of humanity.